All right, hello everyone, Doug here with thelincolnlist.com, and I want to welcome you to today's whiteboard where we're going to talk about how do you make $500 a day trading stocks. I mean, is this something that's even possible? And if so, what is the formula to achieve that? Before I get started, guys, don't forget, if you like this channel, you want to keep up to date with some of the educational content that we have via the whiteboards, the posts, and other videos, make sure you click the subscribe button right up here in the corner and show your support for the channel. Now, if you haven't figured this out already, you soon will, is that if you intend on being a successful trader in any format, the key to that is going to be consistency. And when I say consistency, I mean through every aspect of your trading business. The way you research your stocks, how you go about your morning routine, how you find those stocks, then execute your entries, and you manage your exits. You will never survive by chasing stocks, approaching each day without a plan or some kind of formula and process in place, or scanning the internet to find that special holy grail system. If that's your philosophy of trading, I hate to tell you, you're going to be out of this game real fast. Also, before I get started, I do want to say that I'm assuming by now, if you're watching this video, that you already have that process in place, which is how you find your stocks, research your stocks, entries, exits, management, all that good stuff. Now, I've done a lot of these videos and whiteboards already about this topic, so if you don't have a process and you're new and you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to throw a couple of links right down here at the bottom. I'd like for you to watch those videos first so you understand what we're talking about when we say a process. For the rest of you that already have something in place and you've been at this for a little while and you kind of know where you stand as a trader and what it is you're trying to accomplish, stick around. We're going to go ahead and go through that video. But for the new people that may not understand what I'm talking about, visit these links first. That'll help you out. So assuming that you already have this process, the key to becoming consistent and profitable is through something very simple called math. Something we all learn from a very, very young age. And I'm not talking about algebra kind of math. I'm just talking about basic math. There are two categories that if you've traded for any length of time, there's two categories that stand out for you as a trader. And one of those is your win-loss ratio that your strategy produces. Simple. How many times out of 10 trades, let's say out of 10 trades, how many of those trades do you win versus how many do you lose? The second piece of that category is what is the average gain or the average loss. So what does your average winner produce in terms of dollars versus your average loss? So right now, quickly, without getting into too much detail, if you're failing right now and you're not as successful as you want to be, it has nothing to do with indicators and the rest of that stuff. It's right here. You either have a whole lot of wins that have little dollars followed up by monstrous losses, or you have more losses than wins, but maybe your average loss is so small compared to your average gain, so you don't need to win all the time. But again, not to go get ahead of subject here, if you're failing, it's going to fall in one of those lines. How math comes into this equation is once you know how much you win and how much you lose per trade, you can start to figure out the formula to becoming successful. I'm going to use my stats because that's all I can vouch for, but the way I trade and how I trade isn't the only biblical way to do it. However, you have found a system that works, as long as it produces a profit, even if it's $1, it is a successful system. So for me, what I mean by math is on an average day, and I say an average day, this is trading, nothing is always average, but 85% of the times throughout a month, a day will go for me like this. I will take an average of 6 trades each day, okay? Now, out of those 6 trades, we'll just go ahead and, okay? 3 of these trades will go for about 10 cents to 30 cents in per share gain, okay? One of these trades will be a loss that will go anywhere from 50 cents to maybe 75 cents per share in a loss. And roughly 2 out of those 6 trades right here will be winners in excess of $1 or more. That is my basic math ratio. And again, you can figure it out whatever your ratio is. I just want you to follow along with me here so you can see where I'm going. So when you look at this, What I'm actually trading for every day, so you understand, is I am trading for these two bigger trades right here. Because I'm not going to make any money on this. I'll scratch, I'll pay for commissions or whatever, but by the time I get through these trades and this one loss, it's going to be a wash, right? So my real money, my survival money, is going to come from these two trades. Now, I don't know which two trades out of those 6 it may be, but I know, according to my strategy, and again, this is my strategy, yours will vary, that's why we're doing this. According to my strategy, in order for me to find these, I have to take these 6 trades. If I don't, my chances are slim that I'll get those big trades that I'm looking for, right? So how this works for you and I and the common trader is knowing that in order for me to be successful on a daily basis to achieve my goals, I need to roughly take about 6 trades. Now, when I say 6 trades, I don't mean just throwing darts at 6 random trades and just like flipping a coin every morning and go, hey, I just got these 6 trades. I'll come back at the close and see if I got a winner or not. No, these are 6 trades that my strategy produces. Now, your strategy may not produce that many. It may produce more. Again, this really is trader specific, but the point is to find out what your win, loss, and success rate is. Because what happens is if you don't follow that formula with math, let's say I only take 2 trades a day, okay? If I only take 2 trades a day, according to my strategy, I'm probably not going to find these winners. Now, over the span of a month, it will win, loss, all this ratio will still be the same, but the money won't be there. Does that make sense to everyone? I hope so. The money won't be there. So in order for me to maximize my time, my dollars, and get the most out of my trading, this is what I need to find. Now again, some days it'll be more than 6. Some days it'll be less than 6. But you need to know this ratio, because if I only take the 2 trades, then I'm not exposing myself per my strategy to be successful. So what this helps you understand as a trader is how many trades you need to take every day to be successful and how you maximize your formula. The other thing this allows you to do is understand your psychological barriers as a trader. One of the things we have a tendency to do is if we only take 1 trade, let's say you only take 1 trade a day, what if it's a bad one, right? So if you get this bad trade, let's say it's not even that much of a bad one, it just slightly has you in the negative. You ever find it's more difficult to cut a losing trade when you don't have any winners, right? So if you only have 1 trade, what you're doing is you're putting all of your emotional feelings and input and all of your psychology into that 1 trade. Then you become, a very fine line, you become married to that trade. You start looking at social media, finding, hey, who's saying something about my stock? You start getting married to that stock. You start getting emotional and personal about that stock. And that's just a horrible, horrible thing to get involved with because you'll almost always lose when you get too emotional. The other thing this allows me to do is the undertrading, overtrading type of formula. And now what I mean by that, without trying to be confusing, is if I begin the day and I'm having a really hard time finding these opportunities, these 6 trades, they're not really that good, that tells me that today isn't going to be my day. That now's not the time for me to get aggressive with my trading because the market's not giving it to me. Remember, we're all kind of prisoners to the market. We have these strategies and every trader's the same, but does the market give it to you that day? Sometimes it doesn't. So when I know that I can only find 2 to 3 trades, I realize today's not going to be my big bank day. It's more of a survival day. Or perhaps a day I need to say, nah, not today. I'll come back when the stats favor me. Now when I get further than 6, let's say I'm 8 to 10 to 12 trades, then I'm just rogue trading. I'm just throwing stuff up. I'm just trying to make something happen. And based on my stats, what I'll find out, which is probably in line with what you would have, is the more that I take, I'm just scalping. I'm just scalping for nickel wins, 10-cent wins, and I'm just getting burned in commission. And I'm, again, trying too much to make too many things happen. So where this connects with you is where traders go wrong. And what my whole point of this is when they come into trading, they're just too impatient. They start gunning for the juggler right away. They want to make $1,000 a day. They want to make $10,000 a day. When I first started becoming successful after I already blew up an account, I had this same formula I was using in 2004, but I was only trading 20 shares, okay? Back then I would only trade 20 shares. So my average winners here on these scrape trades would be about 15 bucks. My average loser would be about 10 bucks right here. And then I would hit one of these for gains, maybe roughly around 40 bucks, right? So you'd walk away with about a $45 a day profit, right? Not a whole lot, but you know, you do that over the course of a week. It's 250 bucks a week, right? $1,000 a month. You guys are making $1,000 a month. That's not bad. My point in this is going back to the psychological topic. When traders come in, they're going for the juggler and they're creating too much emotional stress on themselves. All I did was I started with 20, making this 40 bucks a day. Then after I did that consistently for a month, I just moved this 20 shares to 40. Then this 40 to 80, then to 160, up to 500 where I'm roughly at today. So rather than you sitting there having to place this undue stress on yourself, you're taking the same formula and each month you're adding it, slowly increasing your psychological stamina. So all you do is keep the same formula. You don't have to change anything. You just keep adding size, adding size. And after 6 or 7 months go by, you've conditioned yourself to how your strategy works. You've gotten a chance to see how this math works through different market cycles, through the ups and downs and all those little intricacies of the market. And you've learned to perfect it even more. You've learned to take risk when risk was on and your strategy was really, really working. Then you understood the parts where your risk was off and you needed to kind of turtle up a little bit and save your strength for another day. That's all we do as traders, was we pick and choose our battles. So the key is being successful and being consistent is first understanding your statistics based on your strategy. And each day look at those statistics and see if they continue to yield the same results. If you can continue to yield the same results and you become consistent, the money doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if this is $1. All that it matters is it's green. Then you slowly start adding size and you slowly start adding size, and the next thing you know, you'll be making a lot of money as a stock trader and you won't be one of those other bad statistics that we don't want to be, which is those who blew up their accounts and never came back. So anyway, I hope this kind of makes some sense to you. If you want to see this stuff in action, I want you to stop for a minute, visit the website. Right here's the link. Take a free trial to our live trading room. That way you get to see us do this in action every day live on screen. Other than that, thanks for watching The Whiteboard. You guys have yourselves a great day. Till next time, talk to you then.